Hello, it's me again, and I'm going to read you another chapter from Pugs of the Frozen North, Chapter 2. Yesterday, we left Shen and all the pugs on the ice. You remember the snowmobile had disappeared with Captain Jeggings and the other people on the ship, leaving him all alone. I wonder how they'll get on. Let's find out. Shen could still hear the snowmobile's engine buzzing like a distant bee. He started after it, following the scratch marks that its tracks had left along the troughs between the waves. The pugs seemed to understand now that they were meant to come with him, and they did. But they weren't used to walking on ice. Their claws skittered and scrabbled on the frozen sea. They lost their footing and they fell on their faces, or they slid on their tummies down the steep sides of the stilled waves. Look at them sliding on their tummies down the steep sides of the frozen waves. Whee! "This is hopeless," said Shen as he slithered to and fro, trying to help them. The sound of the engine was growing fainter and fainter in the distance, and soon Shen could not hear it at all. He kept following the snowmobile's tracks while the pugs skidded after him. Big, feathery flakes of snow began to fall. It made the pugs sneeze, and it covered the tracks completely. Through the snowflakes, Shen saw something on the ice ahead. It was one of the crates from the snowmobile trailer. It had burst open and a pile of woolly jumpers had spilled out. Shen guessed it hadn't fallen off the trailer by accident. Bo and Mungbean had always been kind to him, ever since they'd found him as a baby adrift in an upturned umbrella in the South China Seas. They must have tried to persuade Captain Jeggings to stop and to wait. And when he wouldn't, they'd quietly heaved the jumper crate off the trailer, so at least Shen would have something to keep him warm. "Thanks, Mungbean," said Shen. "Thanks, Bo." And he put on a couple of the jumpers. He looked back. The pugs were trailing after him. They were getting better at walking on the ice, but they were still shivering with the cold. Poor things. Shen took out his pocket knife and he quickly cut the sleeves off 33 jumpers and made cosy Aran body stockings for the pugs. Can you see them? Each of them wearing a cosy Aran sweater body stocking. "Oh, thanks, Shen." This little one looks like he's very grateful. As he was cramming the pugs into the sleeves, he started to notice a new sound. Rumble, it went. Rumble. At first he hoped it might be the snowmobile coming back, and then he worried that maybe the ice was cracking, and then he realised that it was the pugs' empty tummies rumbling. No wonder they were going so slowly. They weren't just cold and frightened, they were hungry. They sat there sadly in their new jumpers, tails down, ears drooping, waiting for breakfast. Shen scrambled to the top of a frozen wave. He looked around. Through the snow he could see a dark line of cliffs not far off. The waves must have hidden it from Captain Jeggings and the others. They would not have seen the lonely lights which twinkled there. "Wait here," he told the pugs. "I'm going to fetch help." And he spread some of the armless jumpers on the snow, and the pugs piled onto them, snuggling together in a big heap. He laid more jumpers over them. He told them he would soon be back, and then he set off across the motionless ocean. There he is, looking out from the top of the wave. And there's all those pugs. Bless them. That's the end of chapter 2. Tomorrow I'll read you chapter 3. So it's Pugs of the Frozen North by Philip Reeve, Sarah McIntyre. It's published by Oxford, so if you want to get a copy, it might be possible. I'm sure you could probably get one online. It's worth looking at. Have a good day today, everybody, and see you again tomorrow for another chapter. Bye.